It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS.
That's
Talking earlier and back to like whether you need bookkeeping or not. Like I said, I get the question all the time about like, hey, when do I need to start bookkeeping? And I religiously tell people it's like right when you're about, I mean, the sooner the better, right? But I don't want to be self-serving, like, well, you should hire me either way because you're a dumbass if you don't. It's like, you don't need bookkeeping, you want bookkeeping. Like your business is going to desire it because otherwise you're going to hit a point where you're like, I have no idea what's going on. And it's the point where you realize that you're not in the business of window cleaning or pressure washing or maid service or landscaping or whatever it is. You're in the business of decision making. It's when you realize that that's the business that you're in that you snap into being like, oh shit, I need bookkeeping. And some people don't realize that for a long time, but usually the realization comes the minute they start hiring employees and their employees start spending their money and they're like, oh, I have no idea what's going on anymore. When it was just me and maybe a helper, I made all the decisions. I saw everything. And even though it was really a wage, it looked like profit. So I felt like I was making a lot of money. The minute somebody starts trying to scale and gets truck number 2 going, all of a sudden there's all these decisions they need to make that they can no longer make with their gut or their bank account. And without good bookkeeping, you're just flying blind. And I'm surprised that like a couple times we've taken over books for $1 million companies that were like, we got nothing going. And I'm just like, what? Like, how did like...
I picked up a $4 million company the other day. No bookkeeping system.
Like how? I mean, like imagine what they could do with bookkeeping.
I know. But personally, like I believe that my favorite clients that I work one-on-one with, which is crazy expensive, but the ones I work one-on-one with, I love them in startup phase. I actually have like a startup cost. We meet monthly for 3 months and then we move to quarterly because I feel like I can actually make the biggest impact when they're brand new in terms of the bookkeeping systems. Yep. And I tell them like, I don't know, you should know this number. I don't know if you know this number because your prices are too low, but you should be spending about 3% of your gross receipts on accounting fees every year. Like, I believe that it should be about 3%. So I'm like, if that's going to be financial coaching, like that is money well spent. Profit first, it's guaranteed to increase net profit by 4% in the first year. Like you're going to make your money back like many times over. Mm-hmm. And the only way you can is because you have good data. But we're not like, I don't know. I feel like you've got the bookkeeping services dialed in a very good way. And I finally understand because you're not just doing data, you're translating it in a language that your customers can understand and in a visual way, because I think most people, they don't read spreadsheets. Like their eyes glaze over. They don't know how to read a P&L. And so you translate it in a way like, this is where I need you to look. This is what I want you to focus on. This is what you're doing good on. And this is what needs improvement.